chosen one, God says, don't look for work, because from now on, it's his duty to provide. This isn't a casual message. This is a divine declaration. You didn't arrive at this moment by mistake. You were guided, you were brought here to finally understand that what used to be your responsibility has now shifted. Heaven has taken over. God has taken up the assignment of your life, and you're not going to need to chase anymore. No more striving, no more begging, no more burning your spirit out, trying to figure it out. God is saying, this is now my responsibility. Watch this video until the end. Listen to every word, because what you're hearing isn't just encouragement. It's a blueprint, and write your warmest wishes. And 777 in the comments right now. Something powerful happens when you speak your wish with boldness. It activates the heavens and energizes the universe to respond. Stay focused. Something is shifting even now as you listen. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And let's begin. If you felt drained, exhausted, or as if you've been carrying too much for too long, this message is for you. You're not lazy, you're not inadequate, you're not falling behind. You've just been in the wrong system. You've been plugged into the world's way of surviving when God has destined you for divine provision. The world told you to hustle, grind, and never stop moving. But God is now whispering something revolutionary. Be still. I will do it. I will fund it. I will open it. I will carry it. I will bring it. I will build it. I will make it rain where others see drought. And I'll do it without you needing to fill out one more form or run one more mile. In panic, God is saying your effort was never the source. Your obedience was the old way of operating, was centered around fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of being overlooked, fear of being stuck. So you worked not from faith, but from fear. You submitted applications, not with joy, but with dread. You begged for opportunities that were never meant for you. You tried to make yourself fit into systems that didn't recognize your divine fingerprint. You worked jobs that drained you. Not because you lacked purpose, but because you didn't yet understand you were chosen. You thought you had to earn your living, when in fact you were born with divine inheritance. The shift now is this: God is saying you no longer have to chase what I already assigned to you. The weight is lifting. You can feel it even now. There's something loosening around your mind, your emotions, and even your finances. That pressure to prove yourself, to push harder, to compete, to beat the clock. That pressure is being silenced by a holy announcement. It's my duty, says God, and I take care of my own. God doesn't call and abandon. He doesn't awaken your soul just to starve your path. If he brought you this far, he already planned the next step. If you've walked faithfully, if you've swum in tears, if you've given from your heart, if you've stayed awake crying but didn't quit, believe me, heaven took note. Your name is written on heaven's payroll. You're not forgotten. You're not ignored. You're simply entering a system where money, work, and provision come from divine channels, not worldly logic. Don't mistake this message for an invitation to laziness. This is a call to alignment. You're not being asked to sit idle. You're being asked to trust radically. You're being called into a higher understanding of partnership with heaven. God is not telling you to stop using your gifts. He's asking you to stop forcing your gifts into the wrong places. No more casting pearls before swine. No more using your divine talents for systems that don't honor you. Your skills, your light, your uniqueness, it's all still needed. But now it will be assigned, not demanded. It will be placed, not pressured. God will make a way where it's welcomed and rewarded, not just tolerated. The truth is the job market doesn't have a position for a soul like yours. You weren't made to be boxed in. That's why every door you tried to push open that didn't open, it wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You were protected from contracts that would have crushed you, from companies that would have exploited you, from environments that would have suffocated you. You were spared even when it looked like failure. It was favor. Even when it felt like loss, it was leading you out. Now you're being positioned not to be an employee of man, but a steward of divine wealth. From this point forward, provision will find you, resources will locate you. People will support you, not because you applied, but because you're aligned, you're going to be approached. Opportunities will appear without your chased doors will swing open. Not because you knocked hard, but because your presence was prophesied. This is the life of the chosen. This is the flow of the favored. You will live off divine instruction, not human exhaustion. You will walk through life, knowing that heaven has your file on the highest desk of all. God is doing what no employer could. He's creating the exact thing you were designed to do, and He's building it around your soul, not just your resume. You're not stepping into unemployment. You're stepping into divine deployment. God is deploying you into a realm where your needs are met without begging, where your income flows from obedience, and where your schedule aligns with peace. You'll know it's divine because there will be no anxiety. You'll know it's heaven sent because there will be no manipulation. God doesn't trick His children. He blesses them with clarity. And right now, that clarity is being given to you. You no longer need to look for work. Work will look for you. But more importantly, wealth will follow you. You are the field that God is watering. You are the vessel He is filling your life. Is the testimony that others will watch in awe when they ask how it happened. Your only answer will be, God did it, I just followed. And that following, it wasn't easy. It took courage to say no to what everyone else was doing. It took strength to turn down the job that didn't feel right. It took boldness to wait when everything in you was screaming to move. But now you're about to see what happens when you wait on heaven's instruction instead of jumping at earth's distractions. You're about to live a life funded by faith, not fear. And yes, God will provide through unexpected channels. Sometimes it will be a check, other times a connection, a random refund, a miraculous gift, a closed door that redirects you to something 10 times better. But each time it will remind you, this isn't about hustle, this is about harvest. You planted seeds in seasons when no one saw your pain, and now the reward has nothing to do with who. You know it's about whose you are. God is not going to let you run dry. You're about to experience the kind of provision that makes people ask questions. You're about to walk into divine sustenance, and it won't make sense, but it will be real. And if you still doubt this, look at your journey. Look at the times when you had no plan, yet provision came. Look at the moments when you were at your lowest, yet somehow survived. That wasn't luck, that was divine duty in motion. God has already proven He'll come through when no one else will. So why wouldn't He now? Why would He start this story and not finish it? God is not a God of halfway blessings. He completes what He starts, and He's not just starting something new for you. He's finishing what others thought was over. You're about to live in fulfillment, and all of it. It will be His duty, His doing, His glory. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. That weight was a lie, that exhaustion, a trap, that constant need to prove yourself to be accepted, to be worthy of a paycheck. That wasn't your destiny. You were born to be provided for. You were created to walk in the rhythm of divine rest and supernatural flow. And now, in this season, God is making it clear what used to be. Your burden is now His banner over you. You're no longer under pressure. You're under promise, and promise always wins. There's a sound in the spirit, and it's not the sound of striving, it's the sound of surrender. And in that surrender, God begins to move. Chosen one, you've been trying to fight with tools you were never meant to use. You were never meant to compete in the world system. You were meant to be carried by heaven's supply chain. You were designed to operate in miracles, not metrics. You were never made to beg the earth for support. You were created to command the atmosphere. You're the head and not the tail. You're above. Now, not beneath. This isn't arrogance, it's awareness. And your awareness is unlocking access. Right now, something holy is being rewritten in your life. The spiritual system you've been under is upgrading. Where you once felt you had to impress people to survive, you now realize God has already approved you. Where you once fought for recognition, now recognition will chase you. You've stepped into a covenant that no human boss can break. This isn't employment. This is divine assignment. Your livelihood is being funded by a force far more powerful than any paycheck. It's being orchestrated by the same voice that told the sun to rise and the sea to stop. That voice is now speaking over your life. I've got it from here, and here's the wild part. Your needs are not a problem to God. He's not panicking. He's not overwhelmed by your bills or deadlines or family responsibilities. He's not confused about how to get you from point A to miracle B. He's the author. He already knows the plot twist. And you, dear chosen one, are about to walk into divine provision that was prepared long before you even had the need. That's why your panic doesn't serve you anymore. You don't need to hustle for what's already been declared yours. You just need to believe, not just in theory, but in decision, in posture, in certainty. Provision doesn't follow anxiety. It follows alignment, and you are being aligned right now. Aligned with purpose, aligned with divine timing, aligned with your real calling. God is pulling you out of survival and placing you in surplus. You'll no longer wake up to worry. You'll wake up to wonder, because what's coming next will feel unreal. It will feel unexplainable. People will ask, how did you get that contract? Or how did that money come through? And you won't have an earthly explanation. You'll simply know, I stopped looking for work and I started listening to God. This is what heaven-funded living looks like. This is what supernatural employment feels like. It's not about you striving. It's about you being sent, and when God sends you, he supplies you just like he fed Elijah by the brook, just like he provided manna in the wilderness, just like he placed oil in the widow's jar. He's about to do the same for you. You don't need to go knocking on every door anymore. You just need to stand still and let the doors knock on you. Let favor find you. Let blessings announce themselves. Right now, there is someone talking about your name in a room you've never entered. Someone is being assigned to you in the spirit, and this person will carry the instruction to bless you, to open a gate, to sign a paper, to deliver what God promised. It's already in motion. You don't see it yet, but heaven is not sleeping on your behalf. While you rest, the angels work. While you surrender, the plans activate. You're not falling behind. You're being preserved. You're not forgotten. You're being formed. And everything that seems quiet now is just God working underground. You are in the middle of a divine transfer. The baton of responsibility is shifting from your hands to God's. The bank of heaven is open on your behalf. And God is now your CEO, your provider, your agent, your manager. You no longer need to wait on callbacks because heaven already called your name. Your wealth is no longer tied to effort. It's tied to obedience. When you follow peace, you'll find provision. When you say yes to the still small voice, doors will swing open. It's not magic, it's the miraculous, and it's your inheritance. You've spent too long asking, what's my job? When the real question is, what's my assignment? Because when you walk in your assignment, you don't chase income. It chases you. The world has taught you to idolize security, but God is teaching you to embody trust. Trust is the new currency, and it spends well in the kingdom. God funds faith. He blesses belief. He honors those who dare to say, I will not go unless you send me. And he is sending you now not into another rat race, but into a rhythm of rest. This next season will look different. You won't have the same routine. You won't be tied to the same people. Your calendar will feel unfamiliar. Your hours will shift, but in that shift is your supernatural setup. That new rhythm is God's rhythm. That change is your cue. He's not just changing your income, he's changing your identity. You're not a laborer anymore, you're a legacy builder. You're not just looking for your next job, you're being positioned for your destiny to begin paying you. And when God pays, it comes pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Listen closely, you're not crazy for turning down that opportunity. You're not wrong for feeling that the old system doesn't fit you anymore. You're just awakening, you're just evolving, you're stepping into your final form. And that form doesn't beg. That form receives that form, walks in divine royalty. Your DNA is no longer coded for chasing. You've been transformed for attracting what's meant for you is already on its way. You just need to stay still long enough to catch it. Let God bring it. Let God deliver it. Let God prove himself. There will be moments where doubt will whisper, you need to do something. But your spirit will shout louder, God is doing it. Let that voice win. Let that truth anchor you. Your miracle is not being delayed. It's being detailed. God is fine-tuning it to fit you. The provision coming your way isn't random. It's customized. It carries your name, your timing, your capacity, your future. It won't overwhelm you. It will elevate you. You're not going to receive just any blessing. You're going to receive the one that was shaped around your journey. So breathe, exhale. You're no longer on the clock of man. You're on the calendar of heaven. You don't need another interview. You need another instruction. You don't need to impress anyone. You need to trust the one who's already chosen you. You're not unemployed. You're just finally unplugged from the wrong power source. And now you're being recharged by the source of all things. God is your boss. The angels are your co-workers. Favor is your assignment and overflow is your salary. You don't need a backup plan. You need boldness. You don't need another email. You need expectation. You don't need a strategy. You need surrender. Because when heaven takes over your payroll, you'll never lack. Again, you'll never panic again. You'll never question your worth again. Your value is not in your productivity. It's in your presence. Your being is enough. Your identity is the key. And now that you've remembered who you are, the kingdom is releasing what's yours. Chosen one, the waiting wasn't wasted. The silence wasn't empty. The gaps weren't failures. They were preparation. And now the preparation has become purpose. The gaps have become gateways. The silence has become strategy. The waiting has become weight. Weight in the spirit. Weight in influence. Weight in authority. You are not lightweight. You are not overlooked. You are a force in the unseen realm. And now heaven has launched your provision into motion. You are not falling behind. You're falling into divine order. Chosen one, your journey wasn't random. It was sacredly interrupted so that you would no longer live by the limited laws of labor, but by the unlimited promise of provision. The world told you that you had to earn your worth. God is now showing you that you were born with it. This is why doors had to shut. This is why paths had to collapse. This is why your plans had to crumble. Because what you were building with your own hands was not strong enough to carry the vision God has for your life. You were meant for more. There is a heavenly ecosystem already designed for you in this system. God sponsors every detail. He arranges every divine connection. He funds every project he places in your heart. You don't need to know how it's not your job. It's his, the how is heaven's duty. Your duty is to believe. Your job is to remain faithful, to stay expectant and to act when you're led, not when you're pressured. What others chase you, attract what others labor for. You are gifted. This isn't because you're better. It's because you're chosen. And being chosen means you've been handpicked for divine reliance. You're going to feel a deep shift in your mindset. The old thoughts like, I need to make ends meet, will vanish. That old internal voice that says, I can't afford it, will lose its grip. It won't happen because you suddenly became rich by man's standards. It will happen because you will be rich in peace, rich in favor, rich in divine flow. That richness begins in the spirit, and when your spirit is secure, the physical must respond. God is not only changing your outer life, He is transforming your inner atmosphere. He's replacing panic with peace, confusion with clarity, exhaustion with ease. And from this new place, you'll receive what support, help, unexpected funds, divine ideas, timely confirmations, strategic placements, people who were assigned to assist you before you were even born.